Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. I call this channel the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube, and I call this chapstick. This is Holiday Cocoa. I picked it at random. I'm going to tell you what's on my face, and then as I'm priming my lids, we're going to do the intro. So what's on my face right now? Milk Hydro Grip Primer, Fenty Foundation Shade 335, Fenty Brow Pencil, lower lash line. I just had it. Sephora Collection 12-hour retractable eyeliner, and the shade is 14 Shimmer Khaki Green. So that's lower lash line and upper and lower inner rooms, which is the waterline. And so that is everything we have on our face right now. What we're going to be using today is Huetopian Dream Mothership #9, and we're going to pair that with Blitz Astral Quad Nocturnal Nirvana. And so I am super excited. I love this little quad. Like, look at these colors. Oh, I'm excited. So I wrote out what I think will go with what and where. Time will tell, because y'all know stuff just be happening, and then sometimes I don't even know why. But that's what we're going to do. I have everything laid out. We're probably going to do an entire face. If the video gets long, by the time we finish the eye look, then I'll edit out doing the face. But I do have stuff out for everything, including brushes. The only thing I don't have out is a lip, because I don't know what the eye look is going to look like. Sorry for poking you in the eye with the brush. So we're going to put on the Fenty eyeshadow primer. Why do I call this? Oh, and I need a spray to spray my face. Why do I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube? I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. The crazy just enjoying videos, enjoying doing videos, and also enjoying the channels that you watch. And if you do videos, knowing it's okay to let your authentic personality shine through. Try not to feel like you need to act like someone else or pretend that you're someone else. Just be who you are. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Excuse me for that. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique, because that's what they're telling us in the video that we're watching. Wear whatever you want to, however you want to, and just rock it. Do your makeup the way you want to. You set the standard for yourself. The bottom line here at the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. You are amazing and you rock, and please know that. Try not to care too much what other people say. What you think and how you feel about yourself is far more important. So just love yourself for who you are and for how you look, whether or not you have on face paint. And particularly love yourself for who you are and how you look without face paint on, because that's who you are. And so, yeah, that's the intro. The last part that sometimes I almost forget is to let you know, if you're new here, I do curse on my channel sometimes. Why? Because I curse sometimes, period. So we're going to get into this look. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish, like changing things around again, but my station is looking friggin' nuts. It really is. And let's just get into it. So I don't know what I was trying to accomplish. So we're going to take this gold shade right here, and that's going to go in the inner corner. And I'm thinking we should put this on second, because the next shade is gold too, but it's a celestial shade. But this is bright too. So whichever one, if this one is not as bright as the one we're going to put on after it, then we will just layer the other one. Let me take the plastic off of this mirror. Then we will layer whichever one is brighter over this one. That didn't make sense. If the second gold is brighter, we will, excuse me, overlap it with this shade. I'm still trying to figure out why Huetopian Dream smells like this. Like, it didn't smell like that before. And it's not a factory glue type smell. You know what? Last night, I don't think it's the palette. Let me see. It has a smell to it, but it's not that ooh smell that I smelled before, when I was like, what the fuck is that? Last night, I was running my dishwasher and I smelled that smell, and I was sitting here doing my makeup or rearranging something, and I'm like, that's that smell. So it wasn't the palette that smelled like that. It was whatever from the dishwasher, which is strange because the dishwasher inside looks clean, unless it's something in the hose that when it's running, the water's pushing it through or something. I don't know. But like now I don't smell it. So that was just really weird. So we're going to put that brush down. Then we're going to go into Huetopian Dream, and we're going to take this shade here. So see what I'm saying, how that looks like it's brighter? Let me hold it up with this one. Let me know if you're enjoying these pairing videos. And so these are the two golds. The Astral, well, this is an Astral Blitz too. The Celestial shade, this one is Bronze Solaris 005. But it looks like it would be more shiny. But we're going to see right now, we're taking a clean brush and we're going to tap off and we're going to press this right here. Because I thought this one was going to be a little more coppery compared to the first one we put down, and it actually is. So even though it looks brighter, it has like an orange tint to it, a coppery tint to it. So I did good so far with the first two shades. We're going to see what the rest is going to look like, and we're going to get funky later. I have a yellow eyeliner pulled out for upper lash line. I have the green on the lower lash line already, and we are going to top that, I think, with a bronze something or other. But because y'all know I got to do something. Y'all know I got to add some type of color somewhere. And I am enjoying pairing Huetopian Dream. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to record a declutter. Because January, I am going to do rankings of the palettes I have by brand. And I'm also going to do a declutter. But I'm trying to figure out if I want to record the declutter or not. I don't know. So now we're going to take this blue shade and we're going to put that next to these shades. So this is exciting. So I just don't know because, I don't know. I just don't know. I could do it as a live. I'm hoping with my internet being improved, the upload speed being faster, I'm hoping that that does fix how the quality is when I do lives. And we're testing it tonight. Today is December 20th. And so hopefully everything will be clear. I don't know though, or I could just do the declutter as a premiere. I'm scheduled out till I think January 11th at this point. And so when I think of doing more videos, I'm just like, oh. Because it's just getting further and further into the year, which is typical for me because I pre-film and schedule ahead of time anyway. But then if there's something that I want to do like right now or in the very near future, it ain't going to be uploaded in the very near future. It'll be like a month away. Well, I'll say 3 weeks at this point, but it might be a month by the time I get to it because I do have other videos to do between now and then. And I want to do the ranking before the declutter. And the reason I'm questioning whether to film the declutter is that you may have already seen my eyeshadow collection. And when I do eyeshadow collections, I do talk about my feelings for the palettes. And so my thought process with whether or not to film the declutter is, you already know how I feel about the palettes that I have. You know what I mean? And so sometimes I just feel like I'm being redundant. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. And I may ask the members because I do ask them quite a few questions about things and they help guide me and help me get my thoughts in order about what to do or how to do it or premiere or live or whatever. So one thing I don't like about where I put my tripod now is that when I look at me, it does look like I'm looking way over here where before it was more looking this way, which is where the viewfinder is, even though I wasn't looking in the viewfinder. Like now, my eyes were more this way than way over there. And so I'm aware of that. I just really don't know what to do. I don't know. And I'm trying to remember, like, why did I even change things up again? Like, what was I trying to accomplish? I think I was trying to accomplish having more of the screen in the back without having to move it every time. But then it just throws off where I was viewing, and that reminded me like why I had it that way in the first place. I want to bring this higher up, but then I kind of don't because we do have a shade to put up here. It may be a matte shade or it may be a shimmer. I have two different shadows pulled out for that, but Yeah, so I'm not quite sure about that either. So we're going to go back into Huetopian Dream, and we're going to take Extreme Plum Noir, and this is going to go in the outer corner. I'm hoping that that'll turn this grungy on the outer corner, and I'm saying that from when I put this shade next to like a blue before, or a greenish type shade or something. It turned it grungy the way it blended, and I really liked it because that's what I like. Depth, grunge, smoke, all of that. And so we are pulling it over on top of the blue. Ooh. This is a deep shade, but because I'm using a fluffy brush, a fluffy shader brush, actually it says it's a blending brush, but to me it's a packer. It's not depositing a lot of color, and I chose it for that reason, because even though I like dark. Ooh, this is pretty. We're going to sweep this up here on top of the blue. Because the rest of the lid is light, I don't want this to be like super, super dark. Or like if the lid was a monochromatic gray, then yeah, black the hell out of the outer corner. But because it's not, I do want somewhat of a balance. I am liking how these two shades go together. They are blending into each other, it looks like, but when I did put them on, I was able to tell that they were different colors. So we're going to come back over here and overlap the blue here, trying to keep it even, and we're going to sweep this on top of the blue like we did the other side. Yeah, and as far as continuing to change my station and rearrange stuff, my mind has been in overdrive dealing with personal stuff. And so my mind is just wanting to be busy. And so I do like this look. I think I'm gonna go with the shimmer shade for under my brow. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I like this look, and you could just stop right here. We did not add more shadow on a brush. We're just using whatever's in the brush to sweep up here, trying to get it even as far as what empty space appears to be there. And then we're going to just feather this outward just a little bit, just a tiny bit, where it doesn't even look like I am feathering it. But in person it's very slight, you can tell. I did bring my brows down further today too. I don't know if you noticed. Probably not, but now that I mention it, because usually when I feather here, my brows stop like way up here. And so I'm still experimenting with new things, trying new things. Because one of the things I didn't like is when I did feather down here, like the brow stopped up here, so it just looked like a lot of blank space right here. And when I look at other videos, you know, their brows are lower. But because I draw mine on, like they are just where they are, unless I fake it. So that is kind of it for the look. That was me putting brushes. Oh! Excuse me for that yell. I dropped the brush, so we're going to take a clean one. We just tapped it very lightly because I want to put some more like right here. And I wasn't going to even tap in, but since I dropped that brush, and because I'm sitting at a weird ass angle, yeah, my legs are kind of like this, which is not sustainable. Like after a while, I'm going to be like, okay, this needs to change. I like I like this look. So now we're going to take this thick brush so we can blow out and blow down the liner on our lower lash line at the same time. I got a little bit of fallout, but by the time we do everything with the face, it's going to camouflage that. I did not set the face, and it is dry, so I don't think we are. I'm trying to see if I'm sweaty in this area. This is a little moist. I think we will set the face. This part is completely dry. Forehead is but right here is moist, and that's because sweating in front of these lights. So we're going to take out the Fashion Fair Set It Loose Truly Tawny Powder. We're going to go into this green right here, and this is going to go underneath. So we are hella colorful today. What do we think? What do we think? So we're pressing and wiggling, and the shadow is there. We're going to tap off, and we're going to press this here. Because this is a wide brush, it places it and blows it down at the same time. So instead of having to go back and buff it out it's already, you see how far down it is. So it is at the lash line, but then it's also down here. And I love this brush for this because then I can place it and blow it out. And then when I take a deeper shade, I can put that close to the lash line and have that gradient effect that I like under there. Did I just do something? I'm sure I did because I didn't see this there before. Doesn't mean it wasn't there. I just didn't see it there before. So we're just going to just press this right under the lash line. It's amazing that you may not see something and then all of a sudden like something catches your eye and it's like, wait a minute. And sometimes I just ignore it because I feel like, okay, if I didn't notice it, they didn't notice it, but then you may, I don't know. And because I usually have so much going on with the lid, it's like, is anybody looking under here anyway? You know what I'm saying? This brush is so long, it's like hitting the bottom of this. And so that is that for that. Now we're going to, I think that's it for lower lash line. Why was I thinking we were putting something else under there? I like how that looks under there. Ooh, I like that. So for our under our brow bone, I was thinking to use this shade from Star Wars, but that looks kind of dark. It looks darker in person. Or Woodwinked from MAC. And this is a Volux Pearl, so it's shimmery. I think we're just going to go ahead and do this one. This will be my first time using this. It's just been sitting here. And it's weird because when I have single potted shadows, I tend to not use them. If I put them in a BYOP, yeah, I use them. Because, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that blended nice too. So I have to make a conscious effort, like, to use them. But just on a regular, if they're just sitting here, like even my other single MAC and my single Pat McGrath, I've only used them, like, the Pat McGrath ones I only used once. My other MAC ones, I think I used maybe twice because I was looking for a particular shade for a particular type of look. This was a good choice. I like this. Oh, and that blended nice over here. And over here too. That's nice. Okay. Woodwinked. And that's a Volux Pearl from MAC. I'm going to put Star Wars away. Let them go back out in the space. Now, what we're going to do. So this is it for the eye look. So we're going to... Oh, no, it's not. I don't like that when I look at me, it looks like I'm looking way over there. Like, I don't like that. So part of me is like, put things back where it was. Because even my station is looking crazy. Because my brushes are here and then the makeup's here. So it's like, it's just stuff. Whereas before the brushes, or the last time I rearranged when the brushes were here and the makeup was over here. And then this, my setup was in the middle. So it just seemed, space-wise, I'm doing okay though. Having space to do what I want to do, but it just looks like a bunch of stuff over there because all that's together. We're going to take Skin Show Nude Ecstasy from Huetopian Dream with a very thin pencil brush, and we're just going to put this right here at the arch, and that's all we're going to do with that. Sometimes I like how this looks, but usually I don't, and it's usually just keep it like right here, and it's like... Because when I go further, it just looks like a strip of light. So that is for that. We are going to take Fashion Fair Set It Loose Powder and Truly Tony. We're going to set the face. Oh my gosh, we are good for time. And you know what? We've been good for time because I have more space. And that's what I realized when I was away. I'm like, how am I doing my entire face in like 35, 40 minutes when before it was taking me 35, 40 minutes just to do the eye look? And it's because of the space and not having space for where my brushes are and where to put stuff down, even though I did just drop a brush a little while ago. But so it does really help me to have more space because then I could just keep moving quicker and not, where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put that? Oh my gosh, I keep dropping stuff. Even though I did drop something earlier in this video. Sometimes I'm dropping like 2 or 3 things. So it does help me to have more working space. But I just need to just put stuff back where it was so that I'm in the middle. And when I look at me, it doesn't look like I'm looking way over there. because I do like it to look like I'm looking at you more so than I'm not looking at you, even when I'm not. I hope that made sense. So that was that. We're going to go into the Snake palette. We're going to take the bronzer that's in here, which is identified as a bronzer. The bronzer I use in Tiger is actually advertised as a finishing powder. This one is actually identified as a bronzer, and this is lighter than the finishing powder I was using as a bronzer in the other one. And that was a pet peeve of some people. They were like, well, how is that bronzer deeper than this one? Well, it's the finishing powder. But check this though, if you can do a finishing powder that's deeper than a bronzer, that means you can make a bronzer deeper than that finishing powder to be more inclusive to people with deeper skin tones. So it still just doesn't make sense. And I know I talk about this every time I use one of these Hourglass face palettes, because I hate that I love it because they're not inclusive. But anyway, let me just keep going. And I know y'all are probably saying it with me because I say the same stuff. What are we going to do for blush this time? I kind of feel like I have used Sunbeam recently. This is Sunbeam. This is Coral Haze. Which one is this one? Number 5. Number 5 is Mystic Flush. We haven't used, excuse me, so rude. We haven't used this one. It feels like I haven't used this one in a while. So we're going to use Mystic Flush this time. And I'm going to blend that. This is cute. Like, it's subtle, which is good because there's so much going on with the eyes. Yeah, that's nice. So we're going to tap more. They are buildable to some extent. And so you see how we did just build that up. And so I'm just going to tap it and stop blending. Stop swirling it to blend, because then it does diffuse it, which is good. You want the edges to be diffused. But I like how this is built up over here. So we're going to go back and tap. I'm starting to sweat. Sheesh. What the heck? So that is that. And we're going to take the highlighter in here, which is this shade here. And we're going to put that right here on our face. Oh my gosh, these powders, man. Wow. They are just, man. We're going to go into Radiant Light, which is this one. I do have this in a single compact too, but since we're in the palette, we're going to use it in the palette. And I'm going to put some under my eye first. Radiant Light does give some radiance, and so it does camouflage my under eye discoloration just a little bit. I don't mind some of my under eye discoloration shining through because I have under eye discoloration. So if you ever don't see it, I'm not really going to look like myself. And I have not used products before. I have used products before. And I was like, wow, my under eyes don't look like I have any discoloration. But to me, it didn't even look natural because that's not how I naturally look. And so my goal is just to lighten it just a little bit without brightening. I don't like brightening my under eye area because to me, that really doesn't look natural because that's not how I normally look. It is a nice look. But my thing is this, if I do a full face, I don't want people to see me and then see me without a full face and be like, oh, you know what I mean? I still want to look like me. You know what I mean? So we're going to put that down. We're going to spray our face with the Scandinavia bridal spray. I realized that this spray, that was nasty. It does give a slight radiance to the face too. We're going to, where's my eyeliner brush? Inglot eyeliner brush. This is Inglot number 84. Y'all. And I have a blue, I have a green, but I'm like, no, this is what we're doing. And so we're going to put this across the lid. I need to figure out a lip. I think a black lip would be way too much for this. I think I'm going to stop the liner right there. I'm not going to go all the way in since we already have gold there. Who's that? Oh, you know what? My neighbor, his transit is dropping them off if you hear that beeping. paratransit, they beep when they back up. And now they're going forward. I could hear it rev up. Why am I making noises? I don't know. So, I really like this look. I really do. I'm really enjoying pairing Huetopian Dream. I like the looks that I did with it on its own, but pairing it, it just gives it a new life. And I like all the looks I did pairing it. And so I am glad that we backtracked to pair it. And my wings look okay. This one looks a little longer and thicker, but it's okay. So why am I messing with it? Because that's what I do. I have a headache. I drank, I had breakfast and then drank Mountain Dew and then went out. And then I got a headache later on, like 3 hours later. And I think it was because I needed solid food in my system. Lancome Sills Boost Mascara base. And so when I got home, I did eat. And I'm like, let me do this video and have this done for the live. Because we're not going to do a look in the live. But if everything is clear, we will be doing spotches, which I do on my forehead. So it didn't matter if the eye look was done, but I had this look to do in my calendar, and so I still wanted to do it. There was another palette I was going to use, and then I was like, and it's not a palette that I use that often, and I often think to declutter it because it does look similar to other stuff in my collection that I acquired after I had got that palette, and it still has a lot of life left in it. And so I'm thinking of just decluttering it to give it a happy home while it's still living and breathing. And so part of that is why I didn't want to use it, and it's discontinued, so I think it might sell in my Macari store. I don't know. Some things you guys might be surprised that I'm thinking of decluttering, and other things you probably won't be, because you've heard how I feel about all my palettes. But anyway, what I'll probably do is ask the members if I should film the declutter or not, because they're like mini reviews, the same as rankings, and you guys already know, as I said, how I feel about stuff. What are we gonna do for lip? So this is the face, y'all. I'm thinking just a brown lip. I did a boo-boo the full troll clown move, like seriously. I really did. But I'm gonna save that for later. Do I want to pick, where's my lippies? This is what I picked at random. No, this isn't. This is not gonna go at all. This is Sea Queen number 122. You know what? Let's do it. I was trying to determine how off it looked from the eye look, but because there's so many colors going on with the eye, even though none of them are blue, this could be like a mermaidy type look, maybe? I don't know. Mermaidy. So it is now. So we're just doing all the colors in this look. And I don't think it looks bad. I did not double dip this brush. She loud. She loud. Look at the eye look and look at the lips. And you know what? I'm feeling it because it's colorful. And I don't often feel like wearing this color. But I'm looking at it. I can see the inside of my lip. And I can see my lip line down here. Yeah, we're going to leave it now. This is what we have, y'all. Let me know what you think of that ignorant hiccup, excuse me. But this is the look that we have. Very simple, very easy to do. And look at us. We're at less than 30 minutes and the whole entire look and the whole face is done, except we did brows ahead of time. Like, this is just ridiculous to me. My lips are so crooked. This is just so ridiculous to me how it was taking me like 50 minutes to do an entire look. And that's with editing stuff out. And here we done did the entire. See, now that side has a peak and this side doesn't. So see, this is why sometimes I don't even try to get my lips to look symmetrical, because then it just makes it worse. So we're just gonna leave it like that. So let me know what you think. If you've been here, you made it this far, go ahead and click the thumbs up button if you liked the video. Feel free to share. There are lots of links below. Most are affiliated, some are not. There's lots of playlists on my channel for you to browse through. If you want to see looks that I've done with Huetopian Dream, just look up Pat McGrath Labs Mothership number 7. No, this is Mothership number 9. Huetopian Dream, and you'll see all the looks that I've done with this. I also have a playlist, Pat McGrath Pairing Palettes. So if you want to see the looks that I've used, pairing this and pairing other motherships, that's available too. And I'll try to remember to put those up in the iCards, and you can find them up in the iCards or down below past the description box. And if you haven't subscribed already and you keep coming back, I would appreciate that if you did. If you're interested in joining, that link to see what the perks are below. And that will be it for this video. And my lips are still just, because my peak is here, but I did the y'all, the peak is right here and it still don't look right, and then I just went up too far. We're going to leave it. We are going to leave it. Thank you for being here. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.